The world as we knew it ended not with a bang, but a whimper. A slow, drawn-out sigh of a collapsing global economy. Paper money became worthless. Banks shut their doors. People huddled in the streets, clutching useless bills. Fear was the only currency that held any value. From the ashes of this chaos rose the corporations. Titans of industry, they promised stability and a new way of life. Their solution data as currency. Every click, every like, every interaction was now a transaction. Your worth was no longer measured in pounds or dollars, but in the currency of your digital footprint. This new world was built on the backs of algorithms. Complex equations crunched data, assigning value to every human life. Your online activity, your social interactions, even your facial expressions in public were monitored and assessed. This was the birth of the net worth protocol, the invisible hand that would guide humanity into the digital age. The net worth protocol, they called it the Great Equalizer. It was heralded as the dawn of a new era where meritocracy would reign supreme and every individual would be judged solely on their contributions to society. The architects of this system promised a utopia where hard work and innovation would be the ultimate currency. A system designed to reward productivity and innovation. The more you contributed, the higher your value score, and the more privileges you earned. It was a digital meritocracy, a seemingly perfect blend of technology and fairness. In reality, it became a tool of control, a digital overlord that dictated every aspect of human existence. The algorithm monitored every action, every decision, and every interaction, feeding it into a vast database that calculated your worth. Privacy became a relic of the past, and freedom was an illusion. Your value score determined your access to everything: housing, healthcare, even food. It was the ultimate gatekeeper, deciding who thrived and who merely survived. A low score meant limited access to essential services, while a high score opened doors to a world of opportunities. A high value score granted you access to the elite echelon districts. These were the sanctuaries of the privileged, where the air was cleaner, the streets safer, and the amenities more luxurious. It was a stark contrast to the rest of the world, a bubble of prosperity amidst a sea of struggle. Here, sleek skyscrapers scraped the sky, and the privileged few enjoyed lives of luxury and comfort. They lived in penthouses with panoramic views, dined in gourmet restaurants, and had access to the best healthcare and education. It was a life of unparalleled ease and indulgence. The streets were clean, the air was pure, and every need was met with a tap on a screen. Smart city infrastructure ensured that everything ran smoothly, from transportation to waste management. It was a meticulously curated environment designed to cater to the whims of the elite. For the high-valued, life was an endless stream of curated experiences and effortless indulgence. Virtual reality entertainment, automated luxury services, and exclusive events were just a few of the perks. It was a life of constant stimulation and satisfaction, a digital paradise. But for every citizen basking in the digital sunshine of the echelon, countless others languished in the shadows. The disparity was glaring, a stark reminder of the system's inherent flaws. The algorithm that was supposed to be the great equalizer had instead deepened the divide. Those deemed unproductive, undesirable, or simply unlucky were relegated to the slums of the underside. These areas were a stark contrast to the echelon districts, plagued by poverty, crime, and neglect. The residents of the underside struggled to survive, their lives a daily battle against the odds. Here the air was thick with smog, and the streets were choked with refuse. Basic necessities were scarce, and the infrastructure was crumbling. It was a harsh and unforgiving environment, a testament to the system's failure to provide for all its citizens. The weight of the system pressed down upon them, a constant reminder of their place in the New World Order. Surveillance was omnipresent, and any attempt to rise above their station was swiftly crushed. It was a life of oppression and despair, a stark contrast to the utopia promised by the net worth protocol.
I existed in the rarefied air of the echelon, a place where only the elite of the elite could breathe freely. It was a world of unparalleled luxury and technological marvels, a realm where the boundaries of possibility were constantly being pushed. A coding prodigy, I had secured a coveted position at the very heart of the system, a place where only the most talented and driven individuals could thrive. My skills had earned me a spot in the inner sanctum, where the most critical and groundbreaking work was done. working on the net worth protocol itself. This was no ordinary project. It was the backbone of our society, the very framework that determined the value and worth of every individual. My days were spent in a world of elegant algorithms and complex data streams. Each line of code was a brushstroke on a digital canvas, each data point a note in a symphony of information. It was a realm where logic and creativity intertwined, where the abstract became tangible. I saw the protocol as a masterpiece, a symphony of code that orchestrated a more efficient, more prosperous future. It was a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving and adapting to the needs of our society. My high value score afforded me a life of comfort and privilege. I lived in a world where every need was met, every desire fulfilled. My apartment was a sanctuary of modern design and cutting-edge technology, a place where I could retreat from the demands of my work. I lived in a spacious apartment overlooking the city, a vantage point that offered a constant reminder of the world I was helping to shape. The skyline was a testament to human ingenuity, a symbol of progress and ambition. My walls adorned with interactive art that shifted and changed with my mood. These digital masterpieces were more than just decorations. They were extensions of my own emotions, reflections of my inner world. My days were filled with stimulating work, challenges that pushed me to my limits and beyond. Each problem I solved, each innovation I created, was a step towards a brighter future. My evenings with curated entertainment, a carefully selected array of experiences designed to relax and inspire. From immersive virtual reality adventures to thought-provoking films, my leisure time was as enriching as my work, and my social circle consisted of the brightest minds in the city. We were a community of innovators, dreamers, and visionaries, united by our shared passion for technology and progress. I had everything I could ever want, or so I thought. My life was a tapestry of success and satisfaction, each thread woven with care and precision. But beneath the surface, doubts began to stir. I believed in the system. I was a true believer, convinced that our work was paving the way for a better world. The protocol was our guiding star, the beacon that would lead us to a new era of prosperity. I saw its flaws, its biases, but I rationalized them as necessary evils. Every system has its imperfections, I told myself, and ours was no different. The greater good, I believed, justified the occasional misstep. The pursuit of progress, I argued, demanded sacrifices. We were building something extraordinary, something that would change the world. And in the grand scheme of things, a few sacrifices were a small price to pay. I saw myself as a shepherd, guiding humanity towards a brighter future. My work was my mission, my purpose, and I was determined to see it through. It was only a matter of time, I believed, before the benefits of the protocol trickled down to even the lowest rungs of society. The future was bright, and I was proud to be a part of it. My world shifted during a late-night debugging session. The room was dimly lit, the only source of light being the glow from my computer screen. The silence was almost deafening, broken only by the occasional hum of the CPU fan. I was in my element, lost in the lines of code that danced across the screen. A seemingly insignificant anomaly in the code, a flicker in the data stream caught my eye. At first I thought it was just a minor glitch, something that could be easily fixed. But as I delved deeper, I realized it was more than that. It was a pattern, a recurring anomaly that seemed to defy logic. It was a pattern, I realized, repeating itself across different users, different demographics. The more I looked, the more I found. It was as if the system was trying to tell me something, revealing its secrets one anomaly at a time. Each discovery led to another, like a trail of breadcrumbs leading me deeper into the labyrinth. It was subtle, almost invisible, but it was there. Hidden in plain sight, the anomalies were like whispers in the dark, barely audible but impossible to ignore. They were woven into the very fabric of the code, a silent testament to the manipulation that was taking place. The system was being manipulated. The realization hit me like a cold splash of water, jolting me out of my reverie. Someone or something was tampering with the code, altering the data to serve their own ends. It was a violation, a betrayal of everything I had worked so hard to create. Driven by curiosity, I began to dig deeper. I spent countless hours poring over the code, tracing the anomalies back to their source. Each line of code was a piece of the puzzle, each anomaly a clue that brought me closer to the truth. The deeper I dug, the more complex the web of manipulation became. I spent my nights combing through lines of code, tracing the anomaly back to its source. The process was painstaking, each step forward revealing new layers of complexity. It was like peeling an onion, each layer more intricate and insidious than the last. The more I uncovered, the more determined I became to get to the bottom of it. The more I unearthed, the more horrified I became. The scale of the manipulation was staggering, affecting every aspect of the system. It was as if a dark hand had reached into the heart of the code, twisting it to serve its own ends. The implications were terrifying, shaking the very foundations of my beliefs. The system, my masterpiece, was not the impartial arbiter I believed it to be. It was a tool of control, its algorithms manipulated to favor certain individuals and groups while actively suppressing others. The realization was a bitter pill to swallow, a stark reminder of the fragility of truth in the digital age. It was being manipulated, its algorithms tweaked to favor certain individuals and groups while actively suppressing others. The data, which I had always viewed as objective truth, was nothing more than a facade, a tool of manipulation used to control and exploit the masses. The implications were profound, challenging everything I thought I knew about the system. The realization hit me like a physical blow. The system was rigged. The very foundation upon which our society was built was flawed, corrupted. It was a sobering thought, one that left me reeling. The trust I had placed in the system was shattered, replaced by a deep sense of betrayal. The very foundation upon which our society was built was flawed, corrupted. The system, which I had once viewed as a beacon of fairness and impartiality, was nothing more than a tool of oppression. The cracks in the system were not just technical glitches, but symptoms of a deeper, more insidious rot. The data points I had always viewed as objective truth were nothing more than tools of manipulation, used to control and exploit the masses. The realization was a bitter pill to swallow, a stark reminder of the fragility of truth in the digital age. The system, which I had once viewed as a beacon of fairness and impartiality, was nothing more than a tool of oppression. My world, my beliefs, crumbled around me. The trust I had placed in the system was shattered, replaced by a deep sense of betrayal. The cracks in the system were not just technical glitches, but symptoms of a deeper, more insidious rot. The implications were profound, challenging everything I thought I knew about the system. The realization was a bitter pill to swallow, a stark reminder of the fragility of truth in the digital age.